Okay, vectors question here, quite a tricky one as well. First thing to do, diagram. I've started at, and what we've got is we've got the origin, and we go to point A, and to do that we go 3 horizontally, 8 vertically. I's and j's, I is the unit horizontally, and j is the unit vector vertically. I'm going to write it as column vectors just to make life a little easier for myself. B, 12i qj, and C, dividing A to B in the ratio of 1 to 2, I'm told sits at P4. To find P and Q, I'm going to use this trick where I take 2 different routes to the same place and simply say they're equal, and I'm going to choose O to C as being my 2 routes. O to C, clearly I can go P4, but I'll use the other things that I've got to get me from O to C. First of all, let me just get a vector for A to B. A to O to B would be the obvious route. Back down vector A, long vector B. Put that together. 12 minus 3, 9i, and I've got a q and a minus 8 for my j. And so, to go from O to C, O to A, and then 1 to 2 tells me this is a third, 1/3 of AB. Put this together, 3, 8. Plus, oops, what have I done? Too many equals, that's a plus. Plus 1/3 of AB. Now this is AB, third of that, third of 9, and a third of Q minus 8. I could make that a bit tidier, but I'll do that in a minute. On the I, 3 plus 3, 6, and the J is 8 plus 1/3 Q minus 8. Now remember, what I'm doing, O to C, I've got using A and B, but I also know that this equals P I 4J. Just looking across at the 2, I can see immediately that P, the I component, P must be 6. And looking at the J component, 4 must be 8 plus third Q minus 8. I simply need to solve this now. Q equals minus 4. So 6 and minus 4, and that's my first part complete. However, job's not done, and I think I've got an awkward bit left. Next task. I've got another line to put on here. Got a parallel line, and what's happening is that I go from a new point D. These two are parallel, that one and that one, and I need to find the midpoint of DC, which I'm going to call M. This is made a lot easier by similar triangles. Similar triangles will tell me that if I see, let me just highlight this. If I've got a triangle here, and that is similar to that larger triangle, which means that if this is 1 to 2 here, similarity means that as this triangle gets larger, this must be 1 to 2 along here as well. So, let me just get rid of all those. So what I've got is that, so 1 to 2 here, so A to C is a third of A to B, so O to D must be a third of O to B. By similarity, so a third of O to B is a third of this. Q was -4, third of -4, so that's O to D. Now, in a similar sort of way, D to C. Now, this triangle here is 2/3 the size of this larger triangle, which means D to C is 2/3 of O to A. And 2/3 of O to A is 2/3 of 3/8, which is 2, and 2/3 of 8, 16 over 3. There we go, 2/3 of 8, get there in the end. Now, finally, what we need to do is to go from O to M, which is what I want to do. I need to go from O to D, and then I need to use half of D to C. So 4 and -4 over 3, plus half of D to C, 1 and half of 16 over 3 is 8 over 3, which will give me 5 and 4 over 3. So position vector of M, O to M, I found out is 5i and 4 over 3 j.